freestyle long-distance athletes with the Ncf All Ireland Triathlon.
Hello and welcome to the Ncf All Ireland Triathlon 1986 in the beautiful picturesque setting of Ross's Point in County Sligo. Now, as you can see, people making their way down the beach here at Ross's Point, because very shortly the competitors in the triathlon will be swimming close to the beach a distance of 1.2 miles. And then it's a long cycle through Yates country, 56 miles. And if that wasn't enough for you, then they run 13 miles. That's what triathlons are all about. And just a few minutes ago, I spoke with some of the competitors.
Michael Griffin.
Joan Griffin.
Where are you from?
Limerick City.
Now, all kinds of people are involved in this All-Ireland Triathlon today, and you are a doctor.
That's right, yes.
Well, now, surely a doctor has a little bit more sanity than to get involved in something like this.
Well, I believe in long-distance sports. I believe in sports that have an aerobic capacity, where you exercise without getting out of breath, and the longer the distance, the better, from what I can see.
Well, the standard has risen something unbelievable, and I'd be lucky if I end up in the first 25.
Would you be happy to do that?
I would. Well, I'd be trying to get up as far as possible. 25 would be, 25th would be okay, over 320.
Well, if we see your name in the top 25, we'll know you've made it.
Not too bad for someone of my age, because I think I'm the second oldest in there.
What age are you?
I'm just 48.
The training that you need to do for this, the training that you need to do for an Ironman are completely different. You know, just to finish one of these, you only need to do maybe 3 days on the bike, 3 days running, and maybe 2 days swimming. But if you want to do an Ironman, you're going to have to do heavy mileage, long hours and everything else. So it's a completely different ball game. You know.
You've no virus this year?
No virus, and looking forward to it. The weather is good, and everyone seems to be enjoying themselves now, so it's all set.
Now, Desi McHenry, you were third in the triathlon last year.
Yes, unfortunately, I'm not taking part this year.
What's happened to you?
Well, I had an accident about 5 weeks ago, and I dislocated the shoulder bone, and as a result of that, I haven't been able to train for this past 5 weeks. So it's pointless even considering starting today. Unfortunately, that's the way it's going to be.
Do many triathlon competitors hurt themselves? I mean, it's tough going.
We've been very, very unlucky this year, and especially in the north. We've had a few people come off bikes with very serious injuries, a few people broken bones, and I would say we've got at least 5 of the top 20 this year not taking part because of it. Just it's purely because of bike accidents too.
You feel bad about it?
Well, you don't like to see people taking off without you.
The possible favourite for this year's event is Jared Hartman, the winner for the last 2 years. Does it bother you being favourite?
Well, it's the first time I've really been favourite. I won it 2 years ago. It was my first ever triathlon. And last year, although I was came to retain my title, I wasn't favourite because there were one or two very good athletes who were on paper better than me coming into the field, so I came out and I won last year. But this year it's the same situation. You have Mike Harris from Britain, who was 8th in the European Championships last year in a race in which I was 12th. On paper he's better than me. This is Sligo. I love Sligo, and I hope I'll race well here like I did the last 2 years. There's also a very good American here who was 32nd in the Hawaii Ironman World Championship. I was 24th there last year. We're within 2 minutes of each other in that long distance event. So along with the 3 of us, you'll have 1 or 2 Irish athletes who may spring a surprise.
Started swimming in January. I hope this is not too long for me. That's the whole thing. I hope I stay afloat long enough.
What about swimming and then going on bicycles and then running? Do the muscles not pack up?
I never feel it because I'd be so relieved to get out of the water. I'd cycle up a mountain, you know.
And then what about after the bike, doing the running?
It's grand. The running is grand. Once you settle down nice and easy. No heroics. That's the whole thing.
Well, Ross's Point in Sligo is looking splendid. A lovely day, dictating the near-perfect conditions for the 1.2-mile swim. All the boats and canoes here from the Sligo Yacht Club at Ross's Point, based here they are, of course. And what a change from last year when stormy waves made swimming a lottery for all but the very accomplished. In fact, last year 30 either refused to swim or had to be rescued. Well, today it's calm, it's inviting, maybe a little tentative for one or two, but no problems foreseen. 260 triathletes out of the original entry have finally made it to the start, ready to face the contest in this, the 4th All-Ireland Triathlon on RTE television. Hiya, Sarah. The inaugural TV triathlon was in County Wicklow. Remember Greystones Harbour, 1983? Just 65 competitors then, the real pioneers. Today, 4 times that number. Michael Walsh, the cyclist, was our inaugural winner in that triathlon in County Wicklow. Well, since then, it's been hosted here in the county of Sligo, and each time, as you heard there with Ronan and Gerard, it's been Gerard Hartman who's been the winner. So today, he goes for his hat-trick. There is a change of rule this year now that allows wetsuits. But as you can see here, I think the majority are still going without them. And that is the vantage point there is the famous County Sligo Golf Club. Just the approach, the apron of one of the greens being used as a vantage point for a photographer. Well, getting on the way for the 1986 Ncf Triathlon. Our sponsors this year, the North Connaught Farmers Co-op, with headquarters in Tubbercurry, County Sligo. Founded only 14 years ago, they have 14,500 shareholders, providing employment for 300 people. Well, what a sight it is as they flail away. Drag is the enemy, I suppose, of the swimmer. Clearly, because water is denser than air, a lot of energy is used just moving through it. It is said that to swim the length of your own body, you have to push more than your body weight of water out of the way. But at least the conditions are in their favor today. And here is the leader in the water. He's only 18 years old, Shane Morahan, a student just done his leaving. He's from Bray in County Wicklow. He says his favourite sportsman is Kevin Williamson, of course, was an Irish Olympian at Montreal and Moscow, 76 and 80 respectively. And Kevin Williamson, that same Kevin Williamson, was a competitor in our very first triathlon way back 4 seasons ago. Chance to mention here too the Sligo Yacht Club one more time. We have 100 rescue personnel on standby duty, and that includes 10 lifeguards. But it's a lovely day, and there is no word at all of anybody in any sort of trouble. But what a slow and exhausting segment the swim is of the triathlon. It's often the making or breaking of a competitor.
In the Shandon Squash Club in Cork.
Tag Howell from Cork, not afraid of a bit of identification.
There she is, the only husband and wife in the place. I might let her beat me. She's been trailing me all the way.
And here comes the leader. It is indeed Shane Morahan, first out of the water. He has stroked his way through the 1.2 miles, kept his form, maintained good body position, and is the NCF triathlon leader after phase 1. Very good swim for Shane Morahan. His time, 21 minutes and 39 seconds. And the second man in, there's Shane coming up to the next section, of course, is the bike. Next man in, stripping off the black wetsuit, is Jim Bell from Florida. He's run a marathon in 2 hours and 30 minutes, that's 4 years ago. And he was 32nd in Hawaii, interestingly enough, 6 minutes behind Gerard Hartman. And this is Brian Desmond from Salt Hill in County Galway. He's now 23, he's been swimming since he was 9. Well, these guys are full of the joys. Jim Bell's time, by the way, 23:37, and Brian Desmond, third man out we saw there, was 23:49. Gerard Hartman wearing number 1, which denotes that he was the winner last year. And here's Paul Emmett, nearly 50 years of age. What a great competitor. We had him way back in Wicklow in our inaugural triathlon as well. And all the ones that we've been seeing ashore so far, very good competitors indeed. Erwin Cameron is a 29-year-old from County Down, a civil servant. Mike Harris, an assistant sports manager from Northumberland in England. He comes in 9th out of the water. And David Curtis, a 27-year-old doctor from Wexford, is the next man out of the water. And a check on how the swim result went. There it is for you. Morahan, Bell, Desmond, McCormick and Hartman. Hartman on his way, looking for another big finish in Sligo. Glass, Emmett, what a good performance by 48-year-old Paul. Cameron, Harris and Curtis. There's the top 10 out of the Rosses Point water. Dave O'Connor going through, stripping off the top of the suit there you saw. And the first of the ladies in. For these now, it's the bike and the run. And I suppose for those still in the water, the bike and the run will be a blessed relief.
Pick out the markers. I wouldn't be able to pick it out otherwise.
Say hello to me, Bobby.
That's Jerry Kelly there, 43-year-old barrister from Templeogue, one of the pioneers of the sport. In fact, one of the organisers of that first triathlon on television, 1983. Anne Carney, the favourite for the women's, is among that group. Just coming out of the water at Ross's Point. These are among the leaders and the fast people. Here's Elfrida Nugent of the noted mother-daughter partnership. Anne Carney, first woman out of the water at Ross's Point.
How's the swim?
Not too bad. It's good, really.
What did it take you, about 30 minutes?
30 minutes.
You happy with that?
Yeah, better than expected.
Okay, so you've got 56 miles on the bike now. Approximately how long?
I'd say about 3 hours.
Noel Gannon there, 33-year-old from Rathkeel. Joan Griffin going through there from Limerick. And still, they pour out of the water, if that's the phrase one should use.
I was cold. I was afraid because I can't swim in the right direction. So I used to keep stopping.
Yeah.
So I make sure I wasn't going the wrong way.
Okay, will you feel a bit more confident, a bit more happy on the bike now?
I don't know.
Okay.
I woke up with a cold yesterday morning and I get a pain in my back. So I'm just hoping for the best.
Well, don't push yourself too hard, just
I'm just doing to do it.
Okay.
Sounds like torture for Catherine Boland there. Bye-bye, Saltwater. A cue to say thank you to Civil Defence. Their work and their attitude we could not do without. Check there on the numbering system. That is a counter check on everything.
How long is it going to take you to cycle the 56 miles?
About 250, I hope.
250?
Hope.
And then to do the run?
85.
So you're chasing a good time then?
Hopefully.
The swim is about 30 minutes, 31 minutes?
32, I think.
We saw her mother a few moments ago. That was Doynan Nugent. This is Gerard O'Neill, number 24. Gone into the banana business. He's a 31-year-old word work teacher from Castleconnell, County Limerick. He ran in the 84 Dublin City Marathon and took part in the 85 All Ireland Triathlon.
Catching that up by Judge there in front. He's useless. Put it down, man, useless. When Tony's not at home.
Dad, look. Flying past you, look.
Hey, can you get on? Keep it up, lad. Can that car not go any faster? Because they can't wait.
Well, there's humour in it. Tony Bagnall, Brian Judge you heard there. And the cyclists are now at famed Drumcliff, the resting place of W.B. Yeats. Cast a cold eye on life and death. Horsemen pass by. Whilst they're doing that, back at the point, there's still a point to it for a lot more people, and there's still some arms and legs flailing around there in the water. Time for a time check. Johnny Power from Limerick, Jerry Reid from Dublin. He's a 24-year-old civil servant.
Have you waited all the way?
No, I swam some of it. I'm tired.
Can you look at a footing there?
Oh, jeez, I can. Happy landings.
Reid Kenny from Mullingar. She's married with 7 children.
It's good last year.
This man is Walsh. He's a 42-year-old Garda from Nina. I'll never believe him on Point Judy again. And there's the bike park.
How's the swim for you?
Not too bad.
Where are you from?
I'm from County Galway.
Okay, so the swim today, how long did it take you? About 33?
I have no clue.
Yeah, not worried about it.
I'm not worried. I'm out. That's the worst thing I have. I'm just pleased I'm out of the thing. Like,
Okay, you're going to enjoy getting on the bike now. And
oh, I am. I'm going to head down and away I go.
Solomon Ori Orson.
So cold.
well, your wife is about 4 minutes ahead of you.
I expected that.
Is she a better swimmer
She's
than
a
you
much
were?
better swimmer, yes.
Well, will you be able to catch up with her on the bike now?
Last year she was 10 miles ahead of me. 10 miles ahead of me at the halfway stage.
Right.
I can't talk, I'm so cold.
That was Dr. Michael Griffin, who met himself and his wife earlier on. Gerard Hartman is cycling well today. He's already passed Glencar, and here's how it's shaping now. It's Hartman from Bell, from Curtis. Morahan, the swim leader, is now fourth. Francis O'Hagan is fifth on the road. Still swimmers coming out of the water. Paul Behan, this is. Paul being helped out now. Just a few stragglers, but they'll all try to finish, that's for sure. Very few in trouble today. The point is placid. Siobhan Crotty, number 232. Slow on time, but in no real distress. And off for 56 miles on a bike. But the scenery makes up for it even, and that makes up for it too, even if you're not really in the running for the big prizes. Very well organised indeed. Tremendous job being done here by the organisers. Paul Emmett waiting for at the feed station. Well done, Paul, you're a brick. Thank you, Boy Scouts. Lovely job. The whole cooperation generally is a lovely community effort. Remember Tony Purtle?
Pretty muddy, pretty stony. But 4 guys got punctures.
He's from Monaghan. He competed in the inaugural 4 seasons ago, Tony did. Remember him fixing a puncture out by Lara one day.
Beautiful scenery, absolutely gorgeous.
John Griffin. And Gerard Hartman is in Sligo. At the short walk outside Sligo town near the Beggar Stone. Jim Bell in second place. So it's Hartman, Bell in pursuit. David Curtis is lying third. Erwin Cameron from Carryduff going very well on the road as well. This is Noel McCreary, number 41, way down the field on the bike. Next we shall see Parks's Castle on the shores of Lockyer.
Nice day for it. Lovely spot. Great scenery in that.
Gerard Hartman is certainly the one to beat. What a remarkable record. Michael Walsh, as I say, won the first one, but every time it's been run in Sligo, and this is the 3rd year, this man has been the winner. Can he make it the hat-trick? Gerard Hartman, the jeweller from Limerick. Jim Bell from Florida in pursuit, and we've heard that Jim is complaining about the cold. He's from Florida, so he would notice the difference in degrees, all right, that's for sure. Erwin Cameron is a 29-year-old civil servant. Came 8th 2 years ago, and he was 9th last year. David Curtis and Francis O'Hagan. Francis is from Newry, a swimming pool attendant. One more chance to remind us, to remind you that civil defence have been very kind, over and above the call of duty. We're looking at a Franco McNamara, then Brian Brewer, Phil Omrod, Victor Case from Portmarnock in County Dublin. Tom Byrne, Noel McCreary again, Gerard Christie from Wilton and Cork. Joan Griffin we saw there. And the NCF Triathlon is in Dromahare. We're seeing Aidan O'Callaghan from Belfast, Michael Carroll from Rosscray, Tony Martin, Kilmechanic and Wicklow, Jerry Carroll there from Castleknock. And Stanford's Pubshire wouldn't be the same without him. Dave O'Connor was in some trouble. He should have a bike, or he should be running, or he should be doing something. We shall find out.
I lost the pump about a mile out from the start of the swim. Got 2 punctures within the first 4 miles, and then this happened on the bend up the road. So that's the way it goes. Win some, lose some. I'm fortunate enough that it isn't the only triathlon I'll do, so I'll train tomorrow.
So bad news for Dave O'Connor, but Gerard Hartman is on course for his hat-trick. We'll find out how he does when you rejoin us after a short break on the Ncf All Ireland Triathlon.
Fiesta drivers seem to have a little more style than others. A little more confidence. A little more go. And a lot more fun. Ford Fiesta. Thrifty, nifty, tough as they come, at the gentlest price. Going. Drive Ford. It's well worth it. What do people say about caliber? Lager that's brewed in the traditional way. From malted barley, hops, and yeast. That uniquely delivers the taste you want from a premium lager. They say, same again.
Sligo dairies and Pure Fresh dairies have passed the test. They have the mark. The mark of quality. The mark of reliability, of satisfaction, of value. Take the risk out of buying, look for the Q. You'll find it on Sligo Dairies and Pure Fresh Dairies products. The quality mark.
Catch the Gaiety Express next Sunday night from Waterford and Kilkenny and see Val Doonigan and a host of stars in RTE's Sunday Night at the Gaiety in Dublin. Book now at CIE stations in Waterford and Kilkenny. All-in ticket £12.
Think of this as information. It could be your company's single most important resource. ICL are committed to putting that information right onto the desks of those who need it, so that you can extract from the mass of data the precise information you need when you need it. And ICL's belief and unique skills in networking mean that information can be passed from person to person, from department to department, so that everyone can do their job better. ICL. We should be talking to each other.
As we resume our triathlon coverage, Jerry Hartman is way out in front with a lot of farm traffic you saw there for company. He's been around Lochgill en route to Strand Hill. Jim Bell still cycling in second place, but seems to be wilting slightly, and the cold on his chest is troubling him. Francis O'Hagan, Erwin Cameron, not without their chances today. At Lochgill, we were taking a time check on the leaders. And presently we shall have a printout on that right on your screens. There it is, Gerard Hartman, Jim Bell, Erwin Cameron, Francis O'Hagan, David Curtis. They are the big five en route to Strandhill. It's phase 2 of the 86 NCF All Ireland Triathlon. Knocked array in the distance. And the cyclists in our picture, Aidan Bolger and Robert Law. Ransborough Church. And it's Strandhill, it's the lead car. And the man its time is on is Gerard Hartman. Can anyone or anything deny him now his hat-trick of triathlon wins? He really is a superb athlete, this young man from Limerick who was on a scholarship to Arkansas University.
Yep. Still moving.
Keep moving.
2:48.15.
That's a good time.
Is the heat affecting you? It's fairly warm.
No,
today.
it's cool. It's cooled down a lot. It was warm early on the bike.
Yeah.
But moving well.
Jim Bell coming in at Strandhill. Let's have a look at that. 2:55.36. He stopped it. Erwin Cameron will be next in. Erwin Cameron will come in 2 hours, 32 minutes, 21 seconds on the bike. So there's how the first five finished with one phase for them to go. Kevin Morgan is the new 5th placer. The others are now becoming familiar names.
Bit tired. What about getting warmed up after the swim? What was that like?
I wore wetsuit, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, okay.
But the heels got me in the end.
Right, how are you feeling about the time?
If I can finish this now before, say, 4.5 hours, be okay.
Okay.
But I think I was tired for a while there, and then the legs got to me.
Yeah, well, do you want to know where you are at the moment?
About 10th, am I?
You're on 9th.
Right, that's not too bad.
So you're doing well. How long do you think it'll take to cover the 13 hours? 13 miles on it.
13 hours, I'd say. You named it. If I get, I say 1.5 hours, I'm lucky.
1.5.
I'm lucky.
How are you feeling?
Okay.
Anne Carney is in, the first lady in. That's no big surprise. She really is so much a favourite.
So that really was a big help.
Right.
You know.
Are you wearing one of these tri-suits?
I am, yes.
Okay, they're quite a new innovation, aren't they?
Well, they're out now this good bit now, you know.
Right, but there's a lot of people wearing them and they do make a difference.
Oh yeah, well it saves you changing into
shorts and singlet. I mean, you take off the top sweater now and away you go.
Just get a little sweet here out of the pot.
Okay, keep yourself going.
How's your bicycle going? Great.
13 miles on, keep going.
It's private.
Yes, good luck, Anne. She was 4th in the European Long Distance Championships in Sweden in July of this year. Great athlete. That's Anne Carney. Next, Jerry Carroll from Castleknock.
How you going?
It's very warm out here, I tell you.
You do well.
Oh, 12 to go.
David Curtis and Aidan O'Callaghan. Yes, it's tough for them all. Some will be faster than others, but one thing for sure, they all have to cover the distance.
How about the lift?
Oh, here's the lift.
They're only joking, of course. They
Nice
wouldn't
and
take
calm.
one if you gave it to them. That's Shane Morahan, number 211. He was first out of the water. Gerard Weaver from Whitehall, Robert Law from Carrickfergus, Alex Carey.
Is that the first problem you've had, Alec?
Second.
Second? Did you have to stop earlier?
The swim.
The same one? No, different leg?
Calf. This is the hamstring. Please, you know. But, sorry. Sorry about the language.
The heater, you're able to get warmed up and all.
Oh yeah, no problem. But just it's the first time I've ever got cramp. It could be a salt deficiency, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll try the
Salt, no? Salt deficiency, I reckon. Hopefully it doesn't against me on the run, you know. Shouldn't do.
How are you feeling? Are you doing as well as expected, or are you?
Slightly longer swim, you know, but
I don't think I've
done it about 5 minutes faster in practice. And,
Okay.
I don't know what happened today.
Right, you still got plenty of time to make up a bit of room anyway.
Yep. Catch up.
Chatty Tony Kernan. For the Gilmans, it's a family affair. Let's get the story. Here's the father figure himself.
He's a very weak swimmer, you know.
Yeah.
So I normally take 30 minutes. It took me 50 with him.
50 minutes?
Yeah, but he was suffering with hypothermia there, like, you know.
Oh, yeah. Was he all right? Did he carry on?
No, they were up and down.
Yeah.
But big grand now.
So how is he? Is he all right?
I won't on, I'll go back. I have 4 sons in it.
Four sons?
Yeah, 3 from the Isle of Man.
And I take it there's 1 or 2 of them ahead of you, isn't there?
Oh, there's 3 of them ahead of me. And a brother of mine, 47, is ahead of me. He's from Waterford, Port Law.
So you're a good man
but,
to
3 last come home.
wait on the 4th one anyway, don't be behind.
Oh, God, yeah. But we agreed I stay behind with him. I done this last year.
Is he the youngest of the
He is, he's 20, and half mile was his best swimming. His legs were going about 3/4 way, like, you know.
It's a bit too long for him.
Oh, yeah. He's happy though, you know. And if he feels okay, he said he'd follow me son. But I wanted away from him, he wouldn't let me. I wanted away from him on the bike, and he wouldn't let me.
But, have you ever got much practice yourself, much training?
Not this year. Last year I had 1,400 miles on. This year on the bike, I've only got 300.
What about the 3 sons?
Well, they're trained in Isle of Man, and they have a fairly good ground over there, like, you know.
Morning, noon, and night,
oh, gosh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Are any of them the leaders?
No, I say you're turning around, somewhere around the 50 mark. It's the first one, like, you know.
Yeah.
They can't come home with a short one, so they had to jump in at the deep end, if you like, you know.
Well, they must be the first 50 in the
Oh, so I was 153 in the last year, but I mean, tail end of the field, but I'm enjoying it.
That's the main.
The idea was we agreed we'd all going to finish it.
You're going to finish, aren't you?
Yes, yes.
Good luck to you.
Okay.
Clear of mind, strong of body, John Gilman. The sisters Connolly, Kathleen and Marie.
Okay, in the swimming. Very bad on the cycle.
Very well on the cycle?
Very bad, very bad. It was very tough. I think a sadist thought up the route. There were so many hills in it.
What time do you anticipate you'll be in Ross's Point on?
Tonight before midnight.
Before the pub's closed?
They're staying open for us, especially.
It's Gerard Hartman at Pierce Road. He was 24th in the Ironman in Hawaii. He was 12th in the Europeans. He crashed in Nice last year at the Worlds. Today, no stopping him. Gerard Hartman.
When I saw the camera, I couldn't get up any speed until this. You know, it's doing me good.
If we had to get ahead of you from the start, you may be out.
I would, oh yeah. The car broke down, the time clock broke down, that's why I stopped. The rover broke down, so I had to stop. We'll see you at the finish.
You're going to arrive there, aren't you?
Oh, I'll be there.
How many pounds of that weight are you going to show off?
I don't know, but I should have lost it before I came out.
No, not grand.
Mary Ryan is a music teacher from Lucan. She's got a story to tell, if she can keep pace with us.
I am strong, so I love the sea.
What about the cycling?
Found it tough. Running is supposed to be. It's not the best, Dad.
What about those hills with the cycling?
I enjoyed them. They weren't that bad. Expected worse.
Complaining the hills were particularly tough.
I'm not good in the gears. That was the only problem.
The gears?
Yeah.
Did you change gears?
I did, but I'm not used to it. I was used to the upstairs model.
Oh, the upstairs model. Have you done much practice, much training?
Well, in the running, I'd say.
It's not in the swimming.
Or the cycling.
It's been cold practice in the swimming.
Well, I love the sea. I get the dips in the sea as my favourite, but not in the pool. Having the time with 6 children.
It's not easy.
Not easy.
Nice to be trained here, isn't it?
Lovely. Will you keep going with me? Keep me pacing me.
We can slip you into the back door here.
Yeah. Or put me up in the back.
It wouldn't be quicker. We've got to leave you go.
Yeah, thanks very much. Regards to all my children. And Catherine, Barbara, Mary Ann, Emer, Margaret and little Desmond. Ryan from Lucan.
Well done, Mary. You know, she was running faster than Evelyn Ashford there following our camera car. And look at Desi McHenry. He can't resist the triathlon, even though he's not competing. Here he is keeping Gerard Hartman company.
What's this new club, Desi? What's this club, this new triathlon club, Ireland? Am I joining?
He's dropping there. Look at how fresh Hartman was. Jim Bell, he was second on the bike for a long time. He's dropped back to 4th. But Anne Carney is still going marvellously well. What a competitor she is. Anne, who mixes style with courage. Behind her a sensible training program.
Yeah.
You're going to be the first girl home.
I hope so.
Why won't you?
Well, you never know what's creeping up behind you.
How are the cramps?
Okay.
No cramps at all?
No cramps.
No bothers?
No problems.
How did the swimming go this morning?
Great. Had a great swim.
Were you 6th or 7th or?
I don't know now where I was out of the water, but...
You're the first time involved?
I'd say around that, yeah.
Good luck with the rest of them.
Great, thank you.
Hilly enough, cycle.
On the cycling?
Yeah, very hilly.
A lot of people complain.
Yeah, very hilly, I thought. Long drags, you know.
Were you in good state after the swim?
Oh yeah, great. Delighted with it.
Enjoy that then?
Yeah. I had a damper last year. I got over it this year.
What happened to last year?
Oh, it was very bad last year. Found it too rough. You know,
yeah.
very bad.
The season was particularly rough last year. The water was particularly calm this year.
So this year it was great. I really enjoyed it.
Have you been doing much practice?
On and off, yeah, not for the last few weeks. Got a bit tired of it.
Gave us a bit of a lift.
Geraldine Laguerre there from County Limerick. We can answer that question of Anne Carney's 28 minutes 11 seconds in the water.
No, the water's nice. This is the most part. This is the worst part of it.
Gerard Hartman, this terrific athlete. A real star, there's no doubt about that. Here he is coming to the acclaim and the applause. And how well he deserves it. No doubt about it, the hat trick is Hartman's.
Jerry, many congratulations to you.
Thank you.
In a time of 4:04:45.
Yeah.
You're pleased with the time?
Great. It was the very same time as last year, except last year the swim was about 600 metres short.
Yes.
And today's course was that little bit hillier. So I think it was an exceptional time. And the crowds out in the course today were fantastic. It was just incredible. They routed us out of it, really. And I think it was due to their encouragement that we had such a good performance. And may I say a special thanks to the sponsors here, Ncf, for without whose support this event could not go on.
Well, now, without your training and all the work that you've put into this, you wouldn't have done so well. So,
No.
of the three parts of the triathlon, which is the hardest part for you?
Well, when you put in so much work, it's a pleasure to do an event like this on the day. I'm not even really breathing. Okay, the stress before the race, because if you puncture or if something happens like that, well, then you go down. Dave O'Connor there, he had 2 punctures today, and he was meant to be one of the contenders for the minor positions, and he was out. So my whole worry about this event was, I knew my shape was very good, but I was afraid that if anything happened, like a crash, like in Nice 2 years ago at the World Championship, or a puncture, then I'd be out. But my form has been very good. I was 4th out of the water, which for me is my weakest sport. So I was right with the leaders from the start. I had a fastest cycle. I had about a 5-minute lead going on to the run, and with a very good run then, I probably have won it by 8 or 10 minutes.
Well,
here's
Jerry,
my mother here, if you'd like to say hello. Hello, ma'am.
Congratulations to you. He's wringing wet, but it doesn't bother you.
Yeah.
This, of course, is his 3rd triathlon in a row.
I was hoping for 3 in a row because, you know, they say the hat trick is lucky.
Is he always this diligent even at home? I mean, does he?
He's very good, yes.
He puts himself to something
He
and
does.
works hard on it?
Yes, and he looks after all his own gear. He doesn't expect me to wash his gear or anything.
Well,
which
then
is
he's a
quite
perfect
lot.
champion.
Well, he's a good son.
Thank you.
We're very proud of him.
1986 All Ireland Triathlon champion with NCF as sponsors this year. Jared Hartman, congratulations. Well done.
Terrific, Jared. Domestically, he is the best, and his international future could be very well secure at Ironman and everything else in the triathlon. Mike Harris will be 2nd in Strandhill in 1986.
Well done, Mike. Congratulations. You've done extremely well. Thank you. 2nd place, Mike, and what have a word with us, Mike?
Yes. Certainly, yeah.
How are you feeling after that?
Oh, I'm all right. Going out after a long season.
Well, you got 3 minutes better than your predicted time, so you're pleased enough with that?
Yeah, predicted times don't mean much because you don't know the route or anything, you know, so you just have a wild guess.
What about the weather today? It was the water was cold, and then outside the water was fairly warm, so how did you feel about it?
Oh, it's smashing. It's been great. You couldn't get a better day. It's not too hot, it's just nice.
No, not at all hot.
Yeah.
What about the performance of the man who came in ahead of you? You saw his heels a couple of times?
No, I didn't actually.
You didn't ever saw his heels at
I
all?
didn't, no. He ran very well. He had a good day. He's had a good day. This is my 15th triathlon this season, so I'm obviously a little bit worn out, you know, but full respect to Jerry. He's done really well.
Well, you've done very well too. 2nd place after 14 other triathlons. That's good going. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. Coming up, a visual time check for Erwin Cameron, who's going to be the third man home. We'll have a breakdown, by the way, on Jerry Hartman, 25:17 on the water, 2:22:39 on the bike, and 1 hour, 16 minutes, 45 on the run. And Jim Bell, for so long in 1, 2, 3, always in contention, 2 for a long time, eventually finishes 4th. Jim Bell from Florida.
4th place, Jim, and
I'm happy with 4th.
What about the heat? I mean, you're well used to the heat and the humidity.
The cold got me today. I'm not making excuses, but...
Where did you find that it was cold, apart from the water?
No, I done okay on the water. The wetsuit kept me warm. The bike, I couldn't get warmed up on the bike. I was 1.5 minutes down and halfway, and I lost 6 minutes second half of the bike ride. And I knew Hartman was a strong runner, and I just couldn't get going on the run. No, the hills got me too.
Well, now you come in with a time of about 4:17. Jerry Hartman did 4:05.
That's great.
Should he go to the States and try this?
He should. Hartman, he needs to go to the States. There's not enough competition here for him. I could compete every week if I had a sponsorship. And you know, the more you compete, I think, and the better the competition, the better you're going to get. Right. Hartman needs that to become world class.
And I think he's pretty close to it already. The 5th finisher is 34-year-old Kevin Morgan from Antrim. And he's been in the vanguard all day. A very good triathlon indeed, Kevin. Meanwhile, out the course, it's Victor Case from Portmarnock, County Dublin.
Are you done? We'll make an effort.
We'll make an effort.
What has you worn out?
Stitch, I've had it since the 3rd mile. It's hard going after that.
How did swimming go?
The water was cold, but I was glad to get out.
And then the cycling?
The cycling was tough, a lot of bad hills. That's because it has me the way I am.
I'll run the last mile anyway, so...
Well, if it's any consolation, there's a lot behind you.
Well, this is it, you know. I should be a lot further ahead.
Steve Ironmonger.
A bad leg, you know.
Was that a part day?
No. One part.
Well, good luck to you. Here's a man to pass you on. Running again.
Running again for a while.
Will you run the rest now?
That's right.
I'll leave it.
Yeah. This is the worst part now, the last few miles, you know.
It's the blisters you have at this stage.
I got 2 blisters and 2 outside toes, you know. As a matter of just keeping it going, because if you stop, you'll never go again, you know.
When did the blisters come up?
Coming through the town. I could feel them, but it's mind over matter at this stage.
Just sort of normally.
Take your word for that.
Tony Purtle there. And meanwhile, back at or towards the finish, the 6th to finish in 86 is Francis O'Hagan from Newry, County Down. A good day in all 3 phases. And the stopping of the watch to check it later on. 11 minutes behind after the swim, but 7th overall, 24-year-old Clareman, Frank Nash. Thanks to the radio communication, everybody's contributed enormously to our pleasure today in Sligo. John Healy from Marino in Dublin. John Braun from 6 Mile Cross in Tyrone. Oh, the legs have given out. That really was mind over matter. They gave out just at the finish line. Look at that for a turnout. Michael Carroll from Rosscrea and County Tipple. Some blood on his face, but nothing serious, superficial. And as Anne Carney comes through to take the women's, let's check on the first 10 of the men. Jared Hartman, your champion, one more time. He really should be made a free man of Sligo. Mike Harris, second, you saw there. Then down to the top 10, Michael Carroll getting that valuable 10th position. The remarkable Anne Carney, with that great European long-distance run at Sweden behind her in July, comes through in 17th place overall, and clearly the first woman home.
That's fantastic. The first lady home, and you're in the top 14 group with the men and all. How are you feeling after all that?
Knackered.
Really? It was tough going, and
It was.
I saw you out on the road, but your determination was there all the time. How important is just to keep your determination going? You must.
Oh, you have to keep concentrating all the time. Just keep conning yourself that you've only another mile to do, and when you get to 6 miles to finish, you say to yourself, it's only a 10k, you know? So try and con yourself that way.
Of the three departments, if you like, in the triathlon, which is the toughest for you? Swimming, cycling?
Well, the swimming was okay. Normally swimming is you usually have a bit of a problem there, but I had a good swim. I found the run tough because it was only 6 weeks ago I'd done the Swedish Ironman European Championship, and I came third in that, so I fell through my legs there after on the run, you know.
Jerry Carroll there. And Tony Bagnall won the Veterans Prize, but Paul Emmett ran him very close indeed.
Well done. 4:44.12.
Hi.
What age do you feel now?
About 90.
And what age were you were 40-something starting off?
48, just 48.
And you still feel 48? You're not even sweating heavily.
I think I'm the only grandfather in the race.
Are you a grandfather?
By the time this programme will be shown, I will.
Well, listen, congratulations. You're pleased?
Yes.
Which part
I said 25. I think it was around 20. It was fantastic. You could put your head down and go, and there was a steward every couple of yards. I've never seen organisation like it.
They made it easy for an old fella like you.
Oh, they did, certainly. Well, the old eyesight is not too good at my age, you know, so I need a steward.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Pat Curley is the chairman of the organising committee, a man of many parts, all of them working. Raymond Byrne from Bray. Dave Tilley from Sandymount. And our friend Solomon Orison from Loughrea. And Shane Moorhan, you remember him? He was first out of the water. The bike of the run cost him, but at 18 years of age, a lot to look forward to. So they're getting ready for the presentation. The Mayor of Sligo, Tony McLaughlin, is in attendance. Sheila Gray from the Sligo Park Hotel, the Queen Maeve of 1986, and Michael Farrell, the General Manager of NCF, makes the presentation first of all to Anne Carney. Dawn Nugent was second, Jane Folan was third, Catherine Boland was fourth, and Majella Discan took fifth position in the women's. Claire Morrissey, Joan Griffin, Geraldine Laguerre we talked to earlier on, Mary Ryan, and in 10th, Anne Bean.
Congratulations, Gerard. Thank you very much. Magnificent performance. Third time. Congratulations.
Magnificent winner, the end of a beautiful day and beautiful surroundings from people for whom sport is just that, sport, however demanding. This is the sort of thing they did. Swimming at Ross's Point. That was followed by the toughest of demanding cycle phases. The scenery was beautiful, though. And so was the day. Then the run, the 13-miler. And in the end, Gerard Hartman was the winner and the hat-trick star. He's something special on water, wheels and Shanks's pony. From the NCF All Ireland Triathlon and Sligo, bye-bye.